Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is here, back with some transfer news. Thankfully, it's incoming. This time, it's incoming news for Leeds United, and it's much needed, much welcome, and it's a key area of the position of the team. Goalkeeper, a long rumored name with the club in Karl Darlow, and I'll be interested to get your thoughts on that. But before we get into it, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, drop your comments, and obviously, because sometimes I go live, this is a video upload, hit the notification bell so you know whenever I've uploaded a video. And shout out to Mr. P who gave us super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated for the support. That was a fun little one where we were talking about which two players of the better players would you sell in order to strengthen the rest of the team, if you had to, if the 49ers had to, being in the position we're in the championship. So yeah, it was just a little bit of fun, just a bit of fun on that one. But shout out to all the participants on that one. Good stream. Let's get into this one, because this is obviously a long-standing rumor that has gone around since the season ended with Karl Darlow. And it kind of piqued my ears earlier because I heard on when I was listening to Talksport about Andre Radu from Inter Milan going to Bournemouth on loan, and I thought, oh, that's interesting, because that must mean either Karl Darlow's not going there, uh, or someone else has become available. And then they said soon after Mark Travers was available and championship interest. I thought, oh God, no. But it's not to Leeds United. It's obviously another team in the championship, so Mark Travers is moving elsewhere. But then they obviously just hit the light bulb and said that obviously whatever talks they had with Newcastle for Karl Darlow, whether it's with the club or the player, hadn't progressed that the way they wanted to. So they've moved on. And as Fabrizio says here, Karl Darlow now expected to join Leeds United from Newcastle, as Bournemouth will go for Radu. And that was confirmed again with Phil Hay, who also confirmed that we're in progressive talks with Newcastle over Karl Darlow, who's 32 now. And you would think that he's coming in, stepping down divisions to be the number one. I think that's pretty, I would say that would be pretty fair, because as we know already, Daniel Farker is in charge of transfers too. He has a big say, I should say, on transfers. And I don't think that he would be scouting Karl Darlow unless he thought he would be his number one. And obviously with Karl Darlow, he's a much more experienced goalkeeper than Meslier. He's more commanding at this stage of their respective careers. And I always remember Karl Darlow when he was at Forest being a very, very confident goalkeeper. And I think that if he can get a run of games and get back to that, I think that that will be more than serviceable for Leeds United. And I think he's a very reliable shot stopper as well. So for me, I'm pleased with it. Obviously, there would be other goalkeepers I would go for, but if Daniel Farker believes that this is the guy that will help get us up, I'm all for it. And I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on that. I know other names have been banded around, like Woodman and other players like Angus Gunn. But I think a 32-year-old Karl Darlow who has fallen out of favour at Newcastle. Listen, he's had Dubravka in front of him, which is not easy. And then obviously he's had Sir Nick Pope in front of him, and no one's getting past Sir Nick Pope, as we all know on this channel. All right. So listen, this is a move for him I think would be good. Obviously, it's not officially done or anywhere near that. It's progressive talks. But obviously, Leeds United stuck in there while Bournemouth were negotiating because they thought that there was a chance of us getting him. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But what does that mean for Meslier? And I've just been thinking about this, just been spitballing, just in my head, just thinking to myself. It would obviously mean that Meslier cannot stay here. I would think that Leeds United would try and find a buyer for Illan Meslier, because we already saw, he kind of had a boo-boo face when he got dropped, even though he deserved to get dropped last season. He did have a bit of a boo-boo face, and I can't see him settling to be second choice in the championship. It doesn't matter what we think of him or how his abilities have regressed in many areas. He will believe that he should be a number one somewhere, and that's cool. But I thought, instead of selling Illan Meslier, what would people say to loaning him out for a year and seeing if he can get some value up? Because listen, right now, where we'd be selling Illan Meslier, we'd be selling him low. We're selling him at his lowest ebb, because the value is as depleted, as we mentioned in last night's stream. Saying last night's stream on a recording is never helpful, but it is what it is. His value is diminished. So what would it be worth sending him out on loan? And let's just say that 7th international spots get taken up. Let's just say that happens. What if we sent him on loan to the Premier League and he can somehow regain his confidence away from Leeds United, away from this atmosphere? become the goalkeeper that many think he should be, and then maybe next summer revisit and sell him at a very good value. Because I don't think him going out on loan and coming back is going to happen. I think that the chapter is almost closed here. But I don't know, man. I'm just thinking if we sell him now, we'll be selling him for peanuts at this rate. But if we can get him out on loan for a season and he has a good season, then I think we can recoup some of that value back. I mean, what do people think to that? Let me know in the comments. It would be very, very interesting to see what happens with Illan Meslier from here. But yeah, Karl Darlow is one to keep an eye on. Let's see if he's in the door this week. But listen, Leeds, we need more. More needs to be done. We need more. We need another left back. I say another. We need a left back. We need a striker. Let's get the work done. Let's get these ducks in order so we can start this season strong. You know, I've said it on many streams, but it does concern me with the mentality of these players that if we don't have a strong start, I think it will be hard for a lot of them to recover because they've been losing for 2 years. So please, let's get some more fresh bodies in the door. We've already got a confident player in Ampadu in. Darlow is definitely a confident man. Let's get some more of these players who have got ability too. I just wanted to end on this one with this here from Fabrizio also, because I've been hearing about Southampton, and this just goes to another point I want to make about potential sales, and especially when we talk about Willie Nanto, who has no relegation release clause. You know, you talk about here Romeo Lavia being approached by Liverpool and everything else like that. Jason Wilcox, who's the Southampton, I think he's their director of football, he's insisting on a package of 50 million. Now, Lavia, listen, he had a good season last season, but he was inconsistent at times too. There were games where the passing wasn't the greatest. There's games where he went missing. But Southampton here are playing hardball, and they're saying, listen, he might not be worth 50 million, but to us and his potential, he is worth up to 50 million. And that is how I want Leeds United to move when it comes to players like Nanto, because we know he's not worth 50 million. Nanto's not worth 50 million in any lifetime. But Leeds United, if they are to sell someone like Willie Nanto, they need to play hardball just like Southampton, because he's literally had the same thing. He's had a year in the Prem after he moved from Man City. Nanto had whatever time he had after he left Zurich to come to the Prem. You would arguably say, because Nanto's an attacker, that he probably looked more spectacular overall, whereas Lavia looked more solid and looked more competent. But for me, it's the same thing. Play hardball with these teams and don't sell for the cheapest value, especially when they have no relegation release clause, and especially when we've lost nearly every player besides Rodrigo on loan deals. So that's just what I'm alluding to when it comes to our talented players. People have to pay for potential too, much like we did with Jorginho Rutter. Let another club also pay for the potential that they could be getting from a Willie Nanto. So listen, people, that is that. That is the update. I hope you've enjoyed this little, little upload that I've done today for the transfers. I will see you in another live stream soon. Until then, hit the likes on this video, share, drop your comments, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Let's get more in Leeds United. Peace out.